We always love to welcome big names to San Antonio, and of course here we have our very own Ottmar Liebert. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, my pleasure.
You know, we were just discussing what I wanted to introduce you as, and I said, how about celebrity? And you weren't for that at all, and I think it's really interesting because so many people know you.
Well, I think the root of the word is great, and it means to be celebrated, but the word celebrity sort of is connected to being on magazine covers and doing things that are not really so cool, you know what I mean?
But you know what? So many people can connect with you, and I can personally. And I mentioned earlier, I grew up listening to you probably by the young age of 3, and you're a house tradition, a household tradition, listening to you almost on a daily basis. And so I feel like I have a special connection with you. You don't even know that, and I'm sure plenty of our viewers have the same kind of connection. How does that feel to have that kind of impact on people?
It's great. It's great. I mean, that's one of the things I like about our concerts. And I think part of it is because it's instrumental, so people can relate. There's not a language barrier of any sort. And also, I love that you know, you see such a big difference in age in our audience. You'll have people in their 20s, in their 30s, 40s, and people in their 70s. So that's great. I think that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. I really enjoy your music. But you mentioned there's no language, and I think that's something that's really unique. And how would you explain being able to speak to so many people without actually speaking?
Well, I've actually given this quite a bit of thought, and I wrote an article for a music magazine one time about it, maybe 20 years ago. I think of instrumental music as being like a book. When you read a book, it's just words on a page, and you have to grow that tree. Mm-hmm. And you know, you probably grow a different tree in your mind than I would. That's based on experience, what you've seen before, etc., etc. So instrumental music is like that. It's whatever you get from it, whatever you put into it. It's sort of like with a book, you're an active listener, right? Now a song is like a movie. With a movie, you do not need any imagination. It's all being shown to you. Right. I mean, all you need to do is to be clever enough to follow the plot. Right? The tree is there, you're seeing it. So it's passive entertainment, and to me, a little bit, you know, songs can be like that, where you're being told what it's about. You don't actually have to think. So I think of instrumental music being much more like a book.
I like that. It is like a book. You make me feel good inside by reading this book, just listening to your music. But of course, you're in San Antonio for a reason. Mm-hmm. You're going to be performing at the Majestic on Sunday. Tell us about the show.
Well, I'm here with a trio. We've every few years I try to take the band to the very essential group, and this is one of the best groups I've had. We have been playing with a drummer from California named Chris Steele, and of course John Gagan has been the bass player since 1989, and it just sounds great. And we play, of course, a lot of stuff from the new album, but we also visit some of the older stuff. We've got so many albums out, we always pick a bunch of different things.
Luckily for us, I think we're going to be getting a preview. Let us know what you'll be performing.
This is called Shadow, and it's from last year's album Dune, and it sounds very different with the whole band, but I'm going to play a version just by myself now.
All right, take it away.
Thanks.